Hello everybody out there, I'm Garrett, you're watching 11 Bang Bang. Today we have something a little different going on here. We have the Kibler Southern Mountain Rifle kit that I've just got together. We got it in a little over a week ago, took about a week to get everything together. A real easy kit to put together. And this one is in 36 caliber, stock in cherry wood. The metal finish on this gun is finished the same way that Blackie Thomas antiqued his 36 caliber 1861 Colt Navy, which is a antiquing. If you guys want to see that, I'll leave a link in the description to that video over there. But we haven't shot this gun yet, and you do have to sight it in because, of course, as a kit, you got to put your sights and everything in it. 36 caliber, so there is already a video out there on pretty well this exact rifle, and that is Blackpowder TV. But anyway, that being said, we are going to take this 36 caliber gun. I'm going to be loading it with .18 loop patches and a 350 round ball, and we are going to see just how well this works. Now, I've never shot this before, so bear with us as we attempt to get a group out of this and see where we need to set our sights and maybe find our powder charge. Stay with us. Now, as you can see, we have files and hammers and punches, and one of the first things I did was I went ahead and took this little white machine cut flint out of it. It worked all right, but that's just not the kind of flint I use. And I'm going to put in a Tom Fuller napped flint. I can't remember the exact size, but I do prefer this style of flint. Now we're going to put this in here. All right, so we got our Tom Fuller napped flint in there. And you know, I've done a lot of work on this gun. I went ahead and I tried to do the same thing Blackpowder TV did with his ramrod. Didn't work out quite as well, but there will be a more full review on the gun itself coming. But for now, I'm going to go ahead over here and fish some of this stuff out. We're just doing the side-in video for now. So I'm going to start with some lubed patches. I will eventually start using my own lube. We do use a lamb's tallow beeswax lube, but for now, for consistency, I went ahead and ordered some pre-lube patches. That way everything's about the same when I'm sighting in. And I got a mold, but I'm going to be using swage round balls just to take out the variance of the sprue in case I accidentally mess that up somehow. Anyway, all right, .180 thick patches here. Get one fished out. All right, so we have a powder measure here, and I am shooting 3F. Don't have my horn for this gun in yet. But this powder measure should be set all the way down. It should be 20 grains. All right, so we're gonna start out here with a 20 grain charge. And we're just gonna pour that right down the bore. 3F. Now, I am using Swiss 3F, and if you use Golex or something like that, that's fine. Can't use Pyrodex and flintlock very well, but if you were to use Golex, that's fine. But when you're sighting your rifle in, you need to be using the powder that you're predominantly going to shoot, because it will change your velocity. Swiss tends to be a lot hotter than Golex. And so with a velocity change, that's going to change your point of impact. All right, here we go. With a 350 round ball, right down there. Yep, that's going to be a nice tight fit. First time I've used this. This is a little short starter that I made out of a piece of oak from Grandpa's wood pile. Don't tell him. And she goes down pretty good there. Then we will take the ramrod and run her down the rest of the way. Oh, that's not bad. Now, if I was to turn this ramrod over and use it the other way, I have a series of marks. I haven't decided really which way I want to use it yet. Okay, so I know that a 20 grain charge is going to put it right at my bottom groove there. So, without further ado, we'll clear this table off and get set up here for our rest. Okay guys, first few shots are going to be a little bit of a hang fire probably because there's some oil in the pan. That shot we didn't get on camera, but it went below the paper. So I'm going to go ahead, that's why you sight these in. I'm going to go ahead and aim at the upper. At least we think it went below the paper. We're going to go ahead and aim at the upper bullseye on that head. Flash in the pan. Alright, let's go take a look at that. I believe I had a flyer. Alright, that second shot was a bad flyer. Probably was me. I don't know. Probably a combination of me and being a flyer, but 2 shots right here. I'll take that. I'm going to go ahead and put one more shot in this group just to see if I can bring that flyer up and get a 3-shot group that tight. Alright guys, that's about a little inch group right there. Maybe a little more, maybe 1.5 inches. That'd kill a squirrel. But now we need to take this and bring it over here to the right, just about 1 inch, and we're going to have to file our front sight to get it up and into position. Let's get the windage fixed first. All right guys, the front sight moves the easiest, so to bring the barrel to the right, we just drifted our front sight a touch to the left. Okay guys, drifting our front sight pulled us over about 1/2 inch. We need a little bit more, but we couldn't drift the front sight anymore, so we went ahead and drifted the back sight a hair. Let's see what happens. I think we're getting onto her now. Let's go take a look. Okay guys, this was the shot when we drifted our front sight. Wasn't quite enough, so we drifted our back sight. Now we're a little over, which is fine. Let's bring that back sight over just a hair back and we'll see if we can get it. Yeah, we're there. Okay guys, that's pretty well centered enough for me as far as our left and right goes, our windage. We are going to now, we're going to remove this target, we'll put a new target up, and we're going to start working on our elevation. We got our new target set up there. I took 4 licks across that with a file. You don't want to take too much because you can't put it back on. All right, we're going to aim for the head on the new target, head bullseye. Little hang fire. And that went lower than yet, didn't it? Actually, it's technically about in the same spot. All right, let's take a couple more licks with a file off. That was definitely a hang fire. That last one was a hang fire. Well, I think it was my fault. I think I pulled it down after the hang fire. Let's see if we can get one up there in the bullseye. That was better. Okay guys, we took about 4 more licks off this front sight, so that means we're at 4, 8, 12. We've took 12 strokes with a file thus far. Now I'm going to move down and aim for the lower bullseye. See how she does. All right guys, here we are after I took a few more strokes off of that front sight with the file. We're at 12 now, as I said. And one more just for the And I believe that one was a flyer. Now let's try something a little different. Let's take and move our powder charge up to 30 grains. First shot's 30 grains. I'm just gonna have to bear in mind where my other shots were and see what happens here. Let's go see where that's at. We don't need to go there. Okay, pardon the wind, guys. This was my first shot, which I knew was gonna be very low, so I took it, and instead of shooting a group, I just started filing. I took I believe I took 4 licks off, and that brought me up to here. So this one right here was a flyer. When I pulled it, I felt it pull when I shot. So with the 8th stroke of the file and my sighting in and 20 grains, we got this group right here. So we moved on down and we shot this group right here, 1 and 1 touching each other, and then a kind of flyer down here. This was with 20 grains after the 12th stroke with the file on the front sight, and I did move it over just a hair more. Then we set the sights because I felt comfortable. I knew what I had to do. I took 4 more strokes off, set the sights in, moved up to 30 grains, and we got 1, 2, 3 shots right there, and I felt pretty good about that. So just to make double sure, we're going to put up a new target, and we will try 50 yards and see how bad it spreads out at 50 yards out there on a new target with 30 grain load. Alright guys, gotta go find the dog. Okay, so this is our 50-yard target. This shot was already there. These were taken at 25 when we were sighting in. This is the group. I fired these 2 at 50 yards, low as you can see, but I'm not going to adjust it because 50 yards is a long way for me to be shooting a squirrel, and I know that they're pretty well on at 25. So I felt myself pull this one, so I don't count it. I knew when it happened that I pulled it. So this is 50 yards. I'd say we're just under 2-inch group right there. That would still be squirrel killing group. Maybe that one would be a little low, but it was scaring. All right, guys, we're on our 3rd camera. This has been a very long video session. Caleb's gonna take a few shots though. I will tell you, I'm impressed with this rifle. For me, at least, it's shooting lights out. And you guys know me, I'm not a very good shot with a flintlock, and that's not exactly a Caldwell rest. So, you know, this thing's really a shooter. If Kiblers, if you guys are watching, really like your gun. Water bottle. So now that you've took a grand total of 1 shot with it, Caleb, what are your thoughts? What Kibler rifle are you gonna order? 32. A Southern Mountain rifle in 32? I made that where it won't fall out. Tell you what, guys, we're somewhere around the 50th shot or so today, and she out cleaned the barrel and she's still loading and shooting just fine. Whatever lube that was they put on those patches from Track of the Wolf, that's good stuff. "100 yards. Alright, Caleb's gonna kill another water bottle. He better, because this is our last round of powder. Boing! We're out. Well, I would just say this is quite the gun. Like I said, cherry wood. We will have a full review on this gun coming up when Ethan gets back. We'll see what he thinks of it. But anyway, trust in God, keep the powder dry. Go shoot some squirrels, huh?